on my doorstep of your own volition. Excellent. Taking revenge for sealing me away will be all the easier!
So, the little girl is your power incarnate. But if you recall, H-Daha, this is not how we intended for events to transpire.
Waste not your words! Your life is mine!
Absorption test.
Stabilize!
Detestable!
Solidify!
Shifting sands! No, not to the mountains, hermits!
Gather!
There is no atonement for 1,000-year pain!
Stabilize! Solidify! Stabilize! I will have order!
Laid bare.
The enraged earth will not absolve you! Is once not enough? You would forsake me again?
If that is what you choose to believe, so be it. He who bears the weight of memory is destined to shoulder the burden of truth, as it ought to be. Stabilize!
Overruled.
Be crushed!
Witness my cries. Laid bare.
Enraged earth will not absolve you!
Transfixed.
Morax! You think you can destroy me?
Overruled. This is where you fall. Transfixed.
Experience an eon of suffering!
This is order. Stabilize.
There is no atonement for 1,000-year pain!
Overruled. Laid bare.
Morax, 1,000 years after you sealed me underground.
You should call it by its name, Azhdaha.
Fate? Fate? So here lies the wisdom of the gods?
No. You have forgotten.
That voice!
Azhdaha.
Huh? Kunjun?
Morax. It's been a while.
You're...
Azhdaha. The very same.
During the battle, you imbued us with your power.
Yes. It was all I could manage. Forgive me for concealing the truth, traveler. There were things that only became clear to me upon reaching this tree. Allow me to elaborate. I am not Azhdaha the whole, but a fragment. Heaven and earth, yin and yang, opposing forces. You can consider the existence of me and the Azhdaha you see there to be a reflection of such polarities. We are a schism of the will of Azhdaha.
So there are two Azhdahas?
No! It can't be! That's impossible!
When the seal loosened, your power manifested in this world as a child. With this new identity, you were able to vent about the forces that suppressed you. But would anyone listen? Would they even care? That's when it occurred to you. The loosening of the seal constituted an opportunity to strike back. Kidnapping the miners was all in aid of digging to the entrance to the seal itself. Your plan was to launch an attack on both ends, from outside and within, thereby fully destroying the seal.
The audacity! Are you insane? If you truly are a part of me, how is it you find yourself standing on the side of the betrayer?
I was another power awakened with the loosening of the seal. Too weak to reincarnate, but strong enough to possess a human body. I was barely conscious. I couldn't remember who I was. Only the past would elicit a reaction from me. But my aim was clear. Find Morax, and aid him in stopping you.
I had sensed that something was amiss when you mentioned Dragonfall. Had your power been but a little stronger, I would have recognized you.
Don't blame yourself. I have changed beyond all recognition. Only when I touched the stone tablet did I truly remember. It's been so long. A secret.
There would be no harm in it. The decision is yours.
You haven't changed. Then allow me. Azhdaha was once a friend and ally of the Geo-Archon Morax, with a lifespan far exceeding that of mankind. However, that which is derived of the Earth is no more or less than the Earth itself. The memories of rocks do not last long. Those memories that survive are rooted in powerful emotion. But as time passes, so these memories fade into obscurity. Erosion is the world's greatest destroyer of memories. Erosion ground Azhdaha's consciousness into oblivion. Slowly, he forgot the face of his old friend, and his memories of defending Liyue Harbor disintegrated. Azhdaha, now incomplete, became irascible.
What would you expect? It was humanity that attacked the ley lines that sustained me.
This much is true, which is why you attacked the chasm, why you waged war against Morax. In the beginning, in order to open up new territory and increase production, the citizens of Liyue came to the mountains to mine. Overexploitation caused the ley lines to quake, which brought untold suffering to us. Erosion made us even more savage. Morax shared with us some of his power to prevent further erosion, and so we became you. And from your will, I emerged. I am your final contract. Witness the promise between Azhdaha and Morax. You can hate me, but you cannot deny me.
No! No!
I am the remnants of Azhdaha's benevolence, the echo of a contract set in stone. I harbor a willingness to go further, a willingness to coexist peacefully with mankind.
No, no! It is I, Azhdaha, forged of elemental crystal, bearer of the weight and memories of the earth, older than the—
Morax is not an insect.
A lord over insects is nothing but an insect in turn!
You forgot yourself. Nobody held Morax in higher regard than you or I. That which you have forgotten, I hold here in my heart. If you are the memory of the Earth, then I am the memory of coexistence. Of all powers under heaven, rise and fall of land and sea.
A star appears within the wild. A sun. Strange.
You are spent, and I in the wilderness. Snow falls on a spring day.
No! That isn't true!
Perhaps it isn't, but it remains.
More axe!
The little girl vanished!
Are you satisfied, Azhdaha?
I had to make amends. So, Morax.
I do.
Well,
As you please.
I never did forget your gift of...
I hardly lifted a finger.
And yet, you could see.
Your power is nearly Shall we get going?
Surely the pressing matter is
Indeed. Hence the need.
straight down to...
Huh? How did we get here? We need to go back and check on the miners!
So there you are. My men and I, we found Mao in a tent at the... Huh?
Nothing.
Cave?
They're exhausted, but not...
Right.
So you're taking...
That's right.
Can I come with...
No problem.
Kunjun,
Not I. Once I'm gone.
You always...
Curious.
Ashtaha.
I can...
Today I am just...
Even you.
No matter. If that day comes to pass, Liyue must prepare itself to face you.
And how will Liyue fare without
Even without a god above, this remains a nation of men.
All life is shaped. That's unimportant. You may live forever.
I do not pretend to match your...
Were it not so,
You've brought a smile to my...
that day in the chasm,
A heart of stone is a heart nonetheless.
you chose justice.
The movements of the Earth Dragon can...
Hence, Ma, do not forget that I was there with old friend.
Thank you, Ashtaha.
My life is nigh on eternal. I will go on with the infinite flow of time. And you...
You're leaving?
If it is fated, Morax, we will meet again.
Yes. Don't be alarmed.
whoa. That...
In fact, we have yet... He was. Centuries may have passed.
In our last tale, Rex Lapis was walking alone in the mountains. He heard a remote voice, unlike any other, coming from a crack in the earth.
Most of the ancient geo-life forms that live below Liyue are blind, having not seen the sunlight for an age.
The voice was sometimes sad and song-like. Other times it was loud and thunderous. The Lord of Geo searched here and there before finally unearthing a strange stone from the bedrock.
That's how Ashtaha was. I answered his wish and took him above ground.
The Lord of Geo took pity on the rock spirit and carved it into a magnificent work of craftsmanship, a vivid representation of a dragon.
I bestowed him with a pair of eyes to see the world and came to an agreement with him.
With his fingers, he made 2 eyes, quicker than words could tell. Lightning flashed and thunder roared, and a living, breathing dragon soared into the clouds.
I agreed to let him live among the people above ground. But if the day ever came when he brought ruin to order, he would once again be sealed in the dark.
The dragon accompanied the Lord of Geo, fighting campaigns alongside him in the 4 corners of the world. We have a saying to eulogize these events. The crash of a spear brought billowing dust. The mountains and waters made way at the sound. The sight of a dragon bestowed with a touch the promise of rainwater blessing the ground.
A 1,000 years ago, Ashtaha attacked the chasm. I tried to obstruct him, fighting. During that battle, Dragonfall was born. Ashtaha could sense the stone. Subconsciously, he wanted, despite being the victor. I could not claim to be stronger than he, and in his heart, he was willing to be sealed away. But even I cannot avoid it. The greater the power, the greater the danger of personally sealing away. People abandon but I was a god of mankind.
You still care a lot.
Call it, I must thank.
No worries.
Oh? About what?
Oh yeah, Paimon nearly forgot. He told us about Conria and the punishment of the gods. That's when we realized Zhongli... Why? You can't even give us...
I understand.
You mean another...
It was signed before it all You two are friends to me. I can assure it brings me no pleasure to disappoint you.
Would you be ready to find out?
It appears your understanding of... There are many events of ages past. They have been eroded by time. But you are capable of finding those who come to witness. If you take the same road as that... This tablet was erected. It's a shame. There is a fine line between...